A wonderful good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are. And first of all, Happy New Year to everyone. This is our first Real Talk session of 2023. And what a perfect theme to talk about goal setting, to talk about creating a vision for our new year. So for this particular reason, I wanted to have one of the experts in the field as our guest in January, so we could kind of find out where the traps are, what the problems are, why sometimes we set visions and they don't quite happen. So everybody says we should do it, and then we do it and nothing happens. And so I have here today Brandon Bays, and I'm sure most of you who follow this talk know her. Good morning, good evening, Brandon. Brandon, you are in Australia. I'm in Greece, so we have a little bit of difference in daylights. It's evening where you are. Our day is only just starting here in Europe. Thank you so much for joining us here today. And, you know, vision questing, goal setting, having something to move toward in life is so important. And we know, and I certainly know, having been with you for 27 years now, that there are some really hidden traps that we're not quite aware of. So I really thought that this particular program could be something where we remind ourselves, for those of you who already know it, for those of you who are new to the journey, new to Brandon's work, find out where the traps are. Why is it that somehow things don't quite turn out the way we want them, or write them down on 31st of December, and then we'll just sit and wait until it happens. And so thank you, Brandon, for joining me. I'm handing over to you and let you talk about the subject of goal setting and what we need to be careful of, or what the traps that we need to watch out for.
Well, this is such a subject that I'm deeply passionate about. And one of the things, of course, there's been loads of studies, and I'm sure if you're watching this, you've probably even read some of them, how they followed a class in Harvard University, one graduation class, and they followed them for 25 years. And 10% of them put down their goals, actually wrote them down, and the other 90% did not. And the 10% manifested more materially, financially in their lives than the other 90% who did not write it down. So there is a power, and you will hear this everywhere you go, in actually writing down our goals. But I don't know if you're like me, if you've ever had this happen, where you've spent time and written down what your prayers are for the year, your vision is for the year, your goals for the year, and you've really been, very diligent in writing it down, and somehow you slipped it into a drawer, and a year later or more, you ended up opening the drawer and you took them out, and actually only a very small portion of them manifested. And you may have wondered, well, why is that, with all the science going on, that writing down our goals is the very first step and what's most important in terms of manifestation of what we most long for? And I began to explore in the very early days of the journey, about 28 years ago, that all of us have deep inside of us what I call silent saboteurs, where one part of us puts out a cognitive prayer that we're conscious of. I want to get this job, this perfect job, and we write it down and we really put it out there. So that's one prayer going out. And yet we have a subconscious impulse also going out, a silent saboteur that says, oh no, you'll never get that job. You're not the kind of person who is right for that job. There'll be other people who are more qualified than you. You don't deserve to make that amount of money. And so these two different, strong, but dichotomized prayers go out. And it's not as if something happens that's bad, is that nothing happens. They cancel each other out. And so what I've found in my own vision questing and my own goal setting is very important to get real. It's not enough just to think positively and put out for what you want. Yes, that's a first step. But then we need to go inside and we need to uncover what is stopping us, holding us back, blocking us from realizing our dreams, making our dreams come true. And until we clear out these silent saboteurs, we'll have two different impulses going out to life, and it's confusing to life. The universe hears strongly, you're enthusiastic, I want to find my soulmate, and another part of you is saying, I'm not worthy of it. I don't deserve it. I'll never find that. No one will be attracted to me. I'm just not lovable. And so these two, one conscious, one unconscious, prayers are going out. And so I thought today it would be very revealing to us and somewhat liberating to actually begin to uncover some of these silent saboteurs, these traps that have been preventing us from realizing our dreams and to realizing what our real goals are. And so I thought it'd be wonderful to explore. And one thing I feel like I need to share with you is these silent saboteurs get stuck inside our bodies, usually at a time when we're stressed out, something painful has happened, and no one gave any of us a manual. How do you deal with that painful situation? And what science has found is that when you feel a strong emotion, a strong negative emotion, and you shut it down, you repress it, you deny it, you sweep it under the carpet, you pretend it's not happening, the quantifiable biochemistry is released into your bloodstream and will go to certain cell receptors and block those cells, rendering those cells incapable of communicating with the rest of the cells in the body. And if over time illness happens, it happens where the cells are blocked. And conversely, what's also known to be true is that when we feel our emotions very openly and freely, like a child does, our cell receptors stay open. Now, what happens at a time when we are at a peak of stress and we do that shutdown happens is that biochemistry is released and goes into a specific cellular location. And before those cells die, it passes on its consciousness, its programming to the next cell generation. So the next cell generation is born as an exact replica of the previous cell generations. And so this programming, our negative beliefs, the pain, the shame, the blame, all of the vows we may have made at that time, they're getting passed on from one cell generation to the next, our whole life long. So this programming is already stored inside your body. And so you may wonder, well, why is it? I don't believe that anymore. I absolutely believe that I'm worthy of love, that I should be able to attract my soulmate. I believe I should get that job. I wholeheartedly believe that. And yet, these negative beliefs are actually stored in your cells, and they're doing their dirty work, and they're leaking out at an other than conscious level, which is why it's so important that we not only uncover these silent saboteurs that are the programming that's being passed on from one cell generation to the next, but eventually that we uncover them and go through full journey process work to not only uncover what's stored there, to release the stored consciousness, to come to understanding how they got there in the first place, ultimately forgiveness, so that when new cells are born, they're born devoid of those old beliefs, devoid of that old unhealthy consciousness as new regenerative cells. Now, today, I can't take you into an entire journey process. That takes place over a 3-day, deeply immersive weekend. But what I can help us do, and I really would love for you to treat this as a divine experiment, is to take us on a guided introspection where not only we put out our prayers for what we most want to create, but we begin to uncover these buried silent saboteurs, and bring them up to the surface. Because it's only when we've brought them up into the light of truth that then they can be transmuted into healthy beliefs. And so I thought what would be most powerful for all of us is to begin to uncover and clear some of these silent saboteurs. So I know it was suggested that you take out a pen and paper, and because we're going to be working with this both with closed eyes and with open eyes, and you'll be writing things down. And so you're going to be participating with this, because it really is my prayer to uncover what's stored in our cells, these silent saboteurs, to really get them written down and to do some clearing work so you can open into your own divine potential in this part of you that makes your own heart beat and your eyes shine and your hair grow. And into this potential, true manifestation can arise from that limitless potential. And so if you'd like to join me in just a guided process here where we're really going to dive in deeply today, I welcome you. Take out that pen and paper and let's dive in. And so let's just pretend right now, and you can take a moment to just close your eyes and just open with, well, what are my deepest prayers, my goals for this year? What is it that is most wanted? What does my heart most want for this year? And just open with relationships, what it is that you're wanting to create, and really see a picture of it and get a sense of it. And if it's a new relationship, what's that's like? Or if it's your job situation, your career, well, what is it you want in your career? What kind of job? And how do you want to feel at work? Or if you're working from home, how do you want to feel about your fellow co-workers? Even if you're working virtually, how do you want to feel? Do you want to do something that contributes to life, that is fulfilling to you? And so just really get a picture right now of what you would ideally like to see, what your goal would be in terms of career. And do the same thing with creativity right now, your own creative potential. You know, if you could really allow that to develop this year in the different areas. It can be in sport, it can be in art, music, dance, it can be in writing, it can be in any aspect of your life where you're wanting to develop a certain talent or skill. And just picture that right now. What would be your highest prayer for this area of your life? And we're sort of just bringing these different areas of our life up to our awareness right now and really picturing it, envisioning it. And what about your health? You know, how is it you would like to feel in your body? What level of vibrancy and strength and vitality and vigor and overall health? And if there's areas that need healing, in what areas would you like to heal and how would you like to feel? And really see that, sense that, feel that. And so, you know, we've gone through the areas of relationship and career and health and creativity, and just bringing this entire vision, this real prayer for this year for your life. And now with soft eyes, just open your eyes and just begin writing down. And what is the vision I would like for this year? What I would like to create, what I'd like to manifest this year? What goals do I have for this year? And let's begin by writing down relationship goals and the vision that you have. So just begin writing it down. It's important that you get it down in black and white, because that's its first manifestation. That's its first concrete manifestation in the material world is the written word. So just write it down. How are you wanting your relationships to be? If you have children, spouses, partners, friendships, or if you're looking for new partners, new friendships, just writing down the highest and best that you would like to achieve this year. Your prayer for this area of your life. Just be descriptive. Be specific too. Write it all down. What you want to create, achieve in this area. Okay, now these are all broad strokes that we're writing down right now. So let's move into the area of career or jobs or your business if you own a business or a part of a business. And what would be your highest and best goal for that business or that career or that job for this year? What do you most want to achieve with that job? How do you want to feel in the job? How do you want others to feel? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to give back? Just writing is like you're a scribe for grace. Just write it down as fast as you can. A real description, specifically about this aspect of your life, your career. So we're painting broad stroke pictures here. We're putting out for what we want to achieve, what we want to manifest, the goals, how we want to feel in those manifestations. Okay, now let's move on to the area of health. And there you may have health challenges. And so what would be your highest goal in terms of your health? How would you like to feel in your being and in your body? If an area needs healing, what's your highest prayer for that? Be specific. Be descriptive. Just write it all down. Everything to do with your health, your well-being, your strength, your vitality, your vigor, healing on any level, every area of health. Okay, and now going into creativity. And again, this is a big area. This can be the classic areas of art, music, dance, writing, singing, playing an instrument. And it can move further into the areas of sport, into the areas of IT. But some area where you really want to develop your own creative potential. And just get crystal clear what that vision is for your creativity this year. Be specific. Okay, so these are all just broad strokes that we're getting down on a page. Okay? And just really kind of drink in what you've written down on that page. Drink it in. And how you feel about this vision. Okay, now turn the page over. And now you have a new blank page in front of you. And right at the top of the page, what are my real beliefs about my ability to manifest this vision? What are my real beliefs about my ability to manifest this vision? And then close your eyes for a moment and just open. Well, what are your real beliefs about your competency, your skills, about manifesting this vision? What are your beliefs? Do you believe that you are capable of manifesting this vision? What are your real beliefs about your own capabilities to manifest this incredible vision that you've written down? What are your beliefs about how your family would feel were you to manifest that vision? Do you really feel, and really check this out inside of you, what are your beliefs around how your family would react were you to manifest this vision that you have for yourself? What about your friends? What are your real beliefs about whether your friends even want you to achieve this level of success in all these areas of your life? What are your beliefs around how your friends will react if you were to attain this success? And what about achievement itself? What are your real beliefs around achievement? Is it possible? Do you deserve it? What about your worthiness? What are your real beliefs around your own self-worth, around this vision? And let's say this vision manifested, all of it. What do you fear might happen to you? If this entire vision manifested, what are your deepest fears about what might happen to you if you manifested this? What are your beliefs about God? Does God or your religion believe you should have this level of vision, this extraordinary vision that you've put out for yourself? Does God feel you deserve to have this? And what about your friends? If this vision were manifest, what might happen with your friends and your loved ones? What are your beliefs about what might happen with your friends and your loved ones? Just opening up to the beliefs and now opening your eyes again. And just again, start pouring down. What are your real beliefs? Let's start with the capabilities. What are your beliefs around your capabilities to manifest this vision? You know what the vision is. You wrote it down. You've drunk it in. What are your real beliefs about your ability to manifest this vision? Just write it down as fast as you can. What are your real beliefs around your capabilities, your skills, your competency levels to manifest this incredible vision that you've just put down? What are your real beliefs around your capabilities, your skills, your competency, your expertise? Just keep writing. What about the possibilities? Do you believe this is even possible? Don't just answer yes or no. but write down your real belief about whether this is possible. Does life want you to manifest this? What are your beliefs around life wanting you to manifest this vision? What about your family? What are your beliefs around their support in you manifesting this vision? What level of support do you feel they would give you? And let's say it manifested. How would they actually feel about that? What are your real beliefs around how your family and extended family would feel were you to manifest this incredible vision? What about your friends? Check into how your friends would feel were you to manifest this vision. Do you feel that you have their unconditional support? Or do you believe there might be some jealousy there? Wanting to knock you down to size? Check it out. What are your beliefs around how your friends would react were you to manifest this vision? Keep writing it down. Does God or religion want you to manifest this vision? What are your beliefs around what you fear might happen to you? If you manifested this incredible vision, what do you fear might happen to you as a result of manifesting this vision? What else? Deep inside, do you feel worthy of this vision? Check out your beliefs around your own worthiness, your own deservingness. What about your ability to receive? Do you feel open to letting life shower you? Or do you feel you need to earn it? What are your beliefs around just openly being showered with this vision coming true? Okay. So I would gather that you've got quite a few negative beliefs down there. And I'd like you to take a good look at the whole page. And just of all the beliefs that you've written down, and you may have written down more than one page of beliefs, which one stands out as being the worst negative belief? The real silent saboteur that's kind of the killer of everything, that's the killer of all goals. Just kind of open with these beliefs, read them to yourself. Circle the worst one, the one that just feels like it's a real one that blocks you from a welcoming, boundless abundance in. Okay. Now, I'd like you to look at that circled belief and really drink it in and memorize the words, because you're going to close your eyes again. And we're going to do another divine experiment here. Another divine experiment. So you've circled the worst belief, you've drunk in the words, and now you've absorbed them and you have them memorized. Okay? Close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, bring up this negative belief in your awareness and actually speak it out loud. Speak it out loud into the room. And just asking yourself, if there were an even deeper belief in the core of that more surface belief, if there were an even deeper belief beneath it, what might that deeper belief be? And even if you're not sure what it is, what might it be? And just speak that out into your room. It's important it be spoken out loud. You've heard the expression, better out than in. So speak it out loud. If there were a deeper belief in the center of this more surface belief, I wonder what that deeper belief might be. And now just speak it out into your room. And then asking, if there were a foundational belief that was in the core of this belief, that was holding up all the beliefs, that was kind of the real rock bottom foundation of all my negative beliefs, all my silent saboteurs. If there were a foundational belief, what might that foundational belief be? And even if you're not sure what it is, just speak out loud in the room what it might be. So if there were a foundational belief that was propping up all the other beliefs, that was in the core of all the beliefs, that is the foundational one, what might that foundational belief be? And speak it out now into your room. Even if you're not sure what it is, speak it out anyway. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, as if this foundational belief were like a carpet or a rug, underpinning all the beliefs, and all the beliefs that you wrote down were like a big stack of cards, like a card castle that was propped up on top of this foundational belief. If you were to take hold of this rug and right now rip it out, just take hold of it and rip it out. Just take hold of this foundational belief and rip it out, and let all the other beliefs cascade, fall away, and be swept out of the room. And when all beliefs have fallen away, what remains? Who are you? What are you? When all those negative beliefs have fallen away, swept out of the room, what remains? What's here? And feeling yourself opening and beginning to expand in this that remains. And asking, Once all the beliefs have fallen away, been swept out of the room, who am I? Who are you? Who are you? And feel yourself opening into the heart of what remains, what's here. Feeling yourself opening and expanding. And asking what's in the heart of this. Who are you? What are you? What's here? Feeling your awareness begin expanding now, vast and freely, infinite and spacious in front of you. Boundlessly spacious behind. And free and endless to all sides. And just resting here, soaking, steeping in this presence as it. And the heart is as wide as the world. Infinitely vast, spaciously free, boundless to all sides. And now asking the heart, what's my heart? My heart's deepest prayer for myself. What does my heart most want for my life? And let your soul give rise to the heart's deepest prayer. Sometimes these prayers have words, sometimes the wordless. They're just a knowing. Sometimes pictures arise. But if your heart could pray the deepest prayer for your life, what's the heart's deepest prayer? Speak that out into your room. On the count of 3, just speaking out your heart's deepest prayer. 1, 2, 3. And if there were a second, even deeper prayer arising, what might that be? And just let it give rise to itself. And on the count of 3, speaking that into your room. 1, 2, 3. So be it. So it is. And taking another nice deep breath in. And sigh. Another nice deep breath in. And sighing it out. And you can open your eyes now and find a new piece of paper and just write down simply your heart's true prayer. Not all these other notions that the mind generates. But what is your soul's deepest prayer for your life? Just write it down. And if there was a second prayer, write that down as well. Okay. And so let's take another nice deep breath in. And letting it out. And you may want to take those pages with all the negative beliefs and rip them up or burn them or, get them out of consciousness. And now there's an awareness of a deeper prayer here. And my deepest prayer for everyone here is that you fall in love with the truth inside, with your own essence, with your own soul, and that you will do the work necessary, that you'll roll up your sleeves and you'll dive in and you'll get to the root of what put those silent saboteurs in place. What are the old negative cell memories that took place that's being passed on as programming from one cell generation to the next? And my prayer is that somehow you find your way to the journey and you have a chance to really go on a deep journey inside yourself, where you go to specific locations inside the body, get access to these cell memories, go through a radical and deep process of clearing and letting go and understanding what's happened to you, ultimately forgiveness, so that new cells, when new cells are born, they're born devoid of that old consciousness as new regenerative cells, completely free from that old programming, so that when you're putting out your goals for the year, one part of you says, I want to find my soulmate, and the rest of you says, hallelujah, you will find your soulmate. And there's no part of you leaking out negative beliefs and negative programming that sabotages your goals, that you really do this profoundly liberating work and healing work called the journey. And so with all my heart, I welcome you to join us. And we're offering journey intensives around the world. And they're happening in your country or in your time zone. And it's a chance for you to really dive in and to really experience this profoundly liberating and healing work. And Gabby's come on, and I think I'll turn it over to her, and she can talk more with you about that.
Just stay here for a minute and just let me say thank you. Thank you so much for joining us here today. That was really excellent. It was the perfect exercise for a January morning or evening, wherever in the world you are. And, it doesn't matter how many times you've, even for those of, if there are, there's quite a nice crowd here today. If you've done this work before, it's always good to kind of revisit. And I did the exercise too, and I come up with a little something that kind of crept in and I wasn't aware of. So this is for everyone. And for those of you who are new, it's never been as easy as it is now. We have journey intensives online pretty much all the time. There is, I think Chris will post a link. It's in various languages. This spring we have in German, in French, in Czech Republic, in Czech and Slovak language, Hungarian, Estonian, so in many languages and on every time zone. So just find what works for you. And also that it's easy. We've also taken the price to a level that it's no longer a barrier. Everybody should have those tools in their homes, in their lives, and just clear out anything that stands in the way of greatness, of love, of freedom, of living our highest potential. And what a great way to start the year. So Brandon, I really want to thank you for joining us here today and taking us through this exercise. And I'm sure that whoever was here did it and found it powerful and revealing. And for those of you who will see this at a later stage, then good luck with all of what you put out for and what you've uncovered. So thank you once again for everything. And we'll catch up some other time. And I look forward to our next session, which is on relationship and love. And I look forward to that too. Thank you once again. Namaste and see you soon. Mwah. Thank you.
Namaste to everyone.